today's class, we are going to discuss the concept called as output. Output means which is going to be given the at the end, the code output we are going to get, right? That is, so this output is nothing but, in the Python, the output is nothing but print, which is equal to called as print, right? Using the print, we are going to print the outputs. That the outputs are getting printed by using the print concept, right? Now, what is the syntax? Python syntax. What is the Python syntax for print? For print, what is the Python syntax? Let us see this one. Okay. First, print is the function. This is called as a function, which is called as inbuilt function. Inbuilt means by default it is having in the Python. So in the functions, we are having two types. Okay, functions are two types. One is called as inbuilt function, and second one is user defined functions. Sir, what is meant by function and what is the use of function? All these things we are going to see in the further classes. We are not going to focus on that now. Just the meaning of inbuilt function means Python is already having them. Python has already. They are called as inbuilt, which you are going to create as per your requirements. Whatever you are going to create, the functions are called as user defined functions. Now in this, one of the function is called as print. Now this function, whatever the function we are having, the print function, use it for printing whatever we want. So in this, what is the syntax means? Printer, if you want to print the value, you can directly print the value. The value, if it is a numeric means, directly write the numerical value. If the value is text means, write the text value. Text, obviously the text value should be in inverted commas. Huh? You have to write in the inverted commas. Text means inverted commas by default. Numeric means numeric. Okay, this is option number 1. Directly print the value. So in this case, it is just printing the value. It is not going to store the value. For example, print 20 is first example. Print SRK is the second example. So SRK is a text now, so you have to use inverted commas. So text means text. Numeric means numeric. Whether the numeric is decimal means decimal, without decimal means without decimal, whatever it is. Directly print the value. Okay, no need to store the value, directly print the value. This is option number 1. Second option, option number 2. Option number 2, print the variable name. Yesterday, whatever we have seen is this one. In the last class, we have seen is print the variable name. Directly print the whatever the variable name. So what is variable name is, if you are storing that value, a is equal to 20, you can directly print with respect to a, writing the variable name. This is the option number 2. Next, if you want to print multiple values, you can write value 1, value 2, value 3, like this, so on up to infinite. There is no problem. Just you have to use the comma between each of the value, just comma. Means example is print 10 comma 20. 10 comma 20 means 10 has to be printed, 20 also has to be printed. Both the things, multiple values printing. This is single value printing. This is single variable name printing. Multiple values you want to print means just use the comma. Option number 4, print variable name 1, variable name 2, variable name 3, like this, multiple variables, so on. Similarly, how we are going to print the single value, single variable, multiple values, multiple variables. Fifth option is combination of about everything. You can use the value, you can use the variable, everything. Just only the multiple means comma. In between them, comma should be there. That is the syntax in the Python. That's it. So we'll see for each of them one example. Everything we'll see one example. These are the multiple options which we are having. So you can write the value, you can write the variable, both the things, value, variable, value, value, variable, combination, anything as per your choice. Anything as per your choice. Right? So these are the different options in the Python. So either you can print a single value, you can print a single variable name, you can print the multiple values, you can print the multiple variable names, you can print a combination of this about two. Right? So these are the multiple options which we are having, and we'll see with each one example. First, let us start with the printing the value. The first option is print the value. It is the first option which I have told you. So print value. The value is either numeric or text. So print 10. So it is going to print the output as 10. The first line I have written the comment. This is not going to be considered. In the second line I have written the print 10. So it is just printing this one as a value. It is going to consider this one as a value. Okay. Now, so it is just printing only the 10. right? So first line, it is going to execute the first line. So this is a comment. So it will be ignored by the Python. It is not going to be considered. The second option is print the 10. So it is just printing the value of 10. Now, let us come to this one. Print text. You want to print the text. So directly text means any text value has to be taken in the inverted commas. Any text, whatever the text we have to consider in the inverted commas, which we have seen in the last class. So the text I'm going to store in the inverted commas and print Rama. So it is getting printed Rama. The text will be printed. The Rama will be printed. This is the first option. That is with respect to print value. The value can be numerical value or it can be a decimal value. It can be a text value. Now second one is print a single variable. How to print a single variable means a is equal to 10. And print a. Print a means it is just printing whatever the value is there inside the a. Now first line. What is there in the first line? Print single variable is the comment. It will be ignored by the Python. Just for our understanding purpose, we have written that one. A is equal to 10. It is going to create an object of 10 and name A. This is the line meaning. After the third line, print A. What is there inside the A? 10 is there. So 10 will be printed. So it is going to print 10. Now, sir, the difference between print Rama, print Rama. What is the difference between these two? What is the difference between these two? This one is this one. Now here, if you write it within the inverted commas, means it is considered as a text value and it is going to be printed as Rama. The output I am going to get Rama. If you write like this, it will be considered as a variable name Rama. Is there any variable with respect to Rama? Like any object name with respect to Rama? It will check in that way because it is not considered as a text. It is considered as a variable name. Okay. So it is going to check as a variable name. So if I ask a print Rama, it is going to throw an error, name error, because there is no object with Rama. Why it is throwing like this? Because Rama is as considered as an object name. There is no object called as Rama. That is the difference between this one and this one. Is that clear? Whenever you are using the text, you have to keep in the inverted commas. Otherwise, it will be considered as a variable name by default. Right? Next one. The next option we are having is print the multiple variables. How we are going to print the multiple variables? This is the first line. I have written the comments and I am going to assign the multiple variables, which is called as A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30, and D is equal to 40. 4 values. So it is going to create an object called as 10 with A, 20 with B, 30 with the C, 40 with D. Right? It is going to create 4 objects like this. Okay, created. Now, print multiple variables. What is the syntax for printing the multiple variables? Variable 1, comma, variable 2, comma, like this. So you are going to use print A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D. And you are going to print. Now, whenever you are printing, by default, the separator between the variables, means the first variable is 10 and second variable is 20. If you don't write like, if there is no difference between them directly 10, 20 it is there, means value is 10, 20 or 10, 20 separator. How we can understand that one? So in the Python, the output will be given based on the space. So by default, the separator is considered the space between the values. So 10 space 20 is there, means the space is, this is a different variable, this is a different variable. It is going to show us like that. Sir, I want the separator as a comma. Then you have to use SCP, separator is equal to inverted commas open. In that you have to write comma. Then it is going to take comma. Sir, in between them I want a colon. So separator colon. Separator means what is the meaning of separator? Separator. In English word, what is meant by separator? Between two. Between two, it is called as separator. Means first variable, second variable. Two are there. In between them, what is there? That is called as separator. So this is the first one and this is the second one. In between them, it is the separator. Right? So if you want a separator, whatever the separator if you want. For example, if you want comma miss, you can take comma. If you want colon miss, you can take colon. If you want at the rate of miss, you can take at the rate of SRK. Okay. Like as the rate of RK. So 10 is the first variable, second variable is 20. In between them, I want at the rate of RK. So it is going to print like this. Every time it is going to print at the rate of RK20, at the rate of RK30, at the rate of 40. Whatever you have written, it will be printed in between. If you don't write anything, by default, it is going to take space. For space, you don't need to write anything. If you don't write also, it will automatically consider the space. That is called as default. Default means without writing anything, automatically considering. Okay, automatically considering the word is called as default. Default means automatically. We don't need to give separately. So automatically by default, it is going to consider the space between them, right? Now here, so I have shown you the how to print the single value. Print the single value. I have shown you the examples. That is this. These are the first two examples. So I'm going to take the option called as heading. I'm going to keep the heading as print value. Okay, this comes under print value. This is the heading. So this is the example number 1, example number 2. Similarly, print variable. I'm going to print the variable. I'm writing as the heading. Second option, option number 2. Print the single variable. Okay, print a heading as print a single value. How to print a single value? And now this one is with respect to print a single variable. How to print a single variable? If you want to print a single variable, how to print a single variable? This is the syntax for printing the single variable, right? Next, how to print the multiple variables? Print multiple variables. Syntax for printing the multiple variables. Print the multiple variables. So this is the syntax for printing the multiple variables, right? Now, after that, print the multiple values. Heading as print the multiple values. Print the multiple values. Why I'm writing these headings? For my easiness, for understanding purpose, to make the students still more easy. That is the reason I'm writing the headings. So the notes is more clear, means the easy, it is going to be easy, right? It is not mandatory in the company to write the headings. Zoom link, I'm not having. The admin only has that Zoom link. Just can you call the admin? Is there any person outside? No person. Because that link is having the ID and password. We can't share to the public directly like that. They are going to send to individual to their personal mail IDs or WhatsApp. Okay. So how to print the multiple variables? So this is the heading. Print the multiple variables. Sorry, print the multiple variables is completed. Now print the multiple values. How to print the multiple values? Multiple values means now print with respect to 10, 20, 30, 40. And it is going to print the same. Now what is the difference between above and below? This one is having the same output in the output, and here also we are having the same output. In the both the cases we are having the same output. Then what is the difference? In the above case, the values get stored. In the below case, the values are not stored. For example, if you want to print 100, 200, 300, and 400. Now you are printing like this. Now, if you want to use the furtherly, in the further case, you want to use the 100. Right? Now it is okay. So 100, 200, 300, 400. Now these values I can't use further. Again, whenever the 100 is required, I have to print the 100. Sir, 100 now, very simple. But for example, I'm having this much of big value. Assume this much of big value is there. Every time if I want to print this, every time I have to write this much of big value. Instead of this one, I'm going to store into a variable and I'm going to use a variable name. Simply if I store this entire things in a variable called as A, means the entire big value will be stored in the single object. And I'm going to use the variable called as A. Right? As simple as that. So now in this way, we can print the multiple values also. So multiple values syntax is this one. You can print in the multiple values in this way. Okay. Next, a combination of value and this one. Both the things, combination. Let us take like this, combination. Okay, combination of both values and this one. See, here A is equal to 10. Now what is A? A is a variable. And A is equal to 10 means 10 is the object and name is A. Okay, this line is completed. Now, this line is completed. Now if you observe this line, in this line what I have written, print from here to here. Now this is comma, before to comma this is one value, after comma one. Okay, now before to comma what is there, inverted commas is there, means this is considered as a text. The text will be printed as it is. Whatever is there inside the text will be printed as it is. And what is the variable name? Variable name will be printed. Now print a miss 10, it is getting printed. Print the value, you have written the value like this. Or what will be printed in this case? The value. Whatever you have written, that one only will be printed. Na? If you write the both the combination, the value 10. So that's it. So the value of A will be printed as it is. From here to here, it is getting printed. It is considered as a text and will be printed. And this is considered as a variable name, and variable name is printed. So since two of them are there, in between the default separator is space. That is the reason you have got the space. Is that clear? This is a combination. The combination is where the text is there and variable name is there. For example, I'm writing A is equal, not A, every time by A, Z. Z is equal to 100. Now I'm printing, print 10,000, comma, Z. 10,000 is the value. So value will be printed as it is 10,000. Z is the variable name. Inside the Z, what is there? 100. Since both of them are separate, in between them space will be there. So I'm going to get 10,000 and 100 like this. If I write here SRK, now SRK space 100, SRK colon, what it will going to print? SRK colon as a text as it is, Z value 10. It is going to print Z value 100, whatever the value. If you write within the text, you are using at the rate of. One is at the rate of accelerator mark, 2, 3, 4, something, whatever is there. Everything will be printed. It is a text now. Text to text as this, it will be printed. And along with that variable, whatever the variable is there, it will be printed. This is a combination of both of them. Is that clear? Now, see here, num is equal to 12 and name is equal to Sam. Okay, num is equal to 12 and name is equal to Sam. Now tell me what is the output of this one? My number is colon, num, and my name is colon and name. Now what is the output? My number is, as this will be printed. Instead of num, it is going to print the 12. Why 12? And because in the num, it is going to save the 12. So it is going to print 12. In between them, space will be there. My number is colon, as it is, and space 12. Again space. After that, again space will be added because in the next variable, you are going to change to the next value. And space, and my name is. And my name is. And my name is colon. Colon also is there. After that, one more space. Space, Sam. Sam is a text now, so inverted commas is there. Just you are printing this one. Same thing. My number space 12 and my name is colon space Sam. That's it. Sir, I don't want with respect to space between them also. For example, you don't want the space. Separator, by default, the separator, what I have told you, space. Space is the default one. This is going to be like this, the code. If you don't write also, the default backend is this one. It is going to work like this. You don't want this one, remove this one and keep like this. So everything will be attached. There will be no space. Sir, here I am going to give the space. Space at the starting and this one. Now, my name is, inside the space is there. So space also will be printed. This one. After printing the space, it is going to print the 12. And my name is Sam space 12. Is that clear? Now, if you don't write this one, by default, it is going to take space. Now, automatically double space will be there. First space is within the text. Second space is variable separator space. Two spaces you are going to get. Here you can observe two spaces will be there. First space, second space. Right? The first space was given by based on the text. Inside the text, there is a space. That is the space. Second one is separator of the two values. That is the second space. Got the point? Is that clear? Now, next, if you write like this, now I am going to get. Okay. Now, instead of this num, I am using name. Now, what is the answer? My number is, as it is printed, Sam, and my name is also Sam. It is going to give like this. Sir, my number cannot be in the SAM na. Python will not understand that one. Python will understand only the syntax and it will do as per the syntax only. Within that, whether the name can be with respect to any number cannot be SAM. The Python will not understand the English language. The Python understands only the syntax and whatever is there inside that it will do. For example, if I ask you to bring something like a pen, give me once your pen, miss, you are going to give the pen. That's it. Why, sir? What is the purpose? For what purpose you are using the pen? Nothing. Just whatever I told, just follow. Miss, Python will do. I'm not saying for you. Okay, Python will do. Right? So here, just it is doing the same, just whatever it is there. So this is with respect to my number is num and my name is Sam. It is a combination of variables and this one. Now there is one more format called as curly braces format. So this one, sir, my name is colon space and curly braces open and close, and my name is colon curly braces open and close. Whenever you are using these curly braces, first let me explain in a simple way. Now let me explain in a simple way by considering a single variable. So a is equal to 10. Okay, and I'm going to print the value of a colon comma a. Now what is the output? So in between them comma. If you don't write comma, if you don't type comma, for example, I have forgot type comma and I have given like this with syntax error. In the Python, the syntax is whatever the text and the next one you are having, in between them comma should be there. That is the syntax in the Python. Otherwise, you are going to get a syntax error. You are not following the Python rule. So that is the reason you have to follow the Python rule. In the Python, the rule is we have to separate by using the comma. Then only it will work. So instead of comma, if you take colon, that is not Python rule. That might be your rule. As per the Python, you have to use comma only. Right? So you are going to get like this. The same thing, see, a is equal to 10. First line, I'm going to use the same. Instead of the second line like this, the second option, one more option I'm having is the value of a. Up to here, I have written the colon. That one also I have written common. After that, instead of printing 10 like this, comma, this is one option. This is one way of writing. Second way of writing is, instead of that, you can take the curly braces open and close. And in this curly braces open and close, what you want means after the inverted commas, dot format. Inside this, I want a. Wherever the curly braces is there, that curly braces will be filled with a. So now the value of a, from here to here, as it is, it has to be printed, right? It has to consider as a text. But whenever you have written dot, automatically dot format means the curly braces has to be filled with the value. If you don't write this one, for example, you have not written this one, up to here, let us remove this and we'll print. Now it is considered as a text only. Text will be printed as it is. Text only will be printed as it is. It is considered as a text and text is printed. Now this curly braces has to be filled with value. That value has to be filled means dot format. Dot format of a. Now it is going to be filled with this one. And I'm going to use. Now tell me what is the difference in the output you have observed here and here. This is the first line, same. Second line, this is the option number 1 and this is the option number 2. But the output remains same, right? Now what is the difference you have observed in these two? Nothing is there, right? Now, sir, in the which one we have to use? Means whichever you feel easy, that one you have to use. If you feel this one easy, means go with this one. Right? It is not compulsory you have to use this one. There is no rule like that. Finally, I require this is the output. In this way, I want. For that, whether you are writing in this way, choice is yours. It is no rule is there like that. We have to use curly braces only. Sir, generally, students don't know anything. Nah? Generally, the students will ask the common question is, sir, in company, what will do? Company people will not ask all these things. No need to ask these silly questions. Company people will not say that use the format, dot format. They not ask all these silly questions. Right? In the company, they will ask with respect to this is the output I required for that write the code. That's it. Choice is yours. Any one, either or. Anything you can select in between. I'm writing this one as or, and I'm going to make it as a markdown. Anything as per your choice. Or miss anything. Can miss both. Right? So this is one of the option. Now tell me what is the output of this? My number is space. Now curly braces to be printed as this or to be filled with value? Filled with value because dot format is there. If dot format is not there, will be printed as this. It will be considered as a text and will be printed as this. Since dot format is there, it is going to be filled with value. And the first curly braces will be filled with the first value. Second curly braces will be second value, respectively. If you have not given the second value, only one value you have given also, it is going to throw an error. If you give three values also, it will throw an error. So compulsory curly braces, whenever you're using like this, then both of them you have to give like this. Now tell me what is the difference you have observed in the above case and below case? Same, right? So now you can choose as per your requirement, whichever you feel easy. Right? Now, so if I want to print my number is, instead of 12, I want to print Sam. My number is Sam. What I have to do? Instead of using the num, you have to use Sam. Sam will be printed. Sir, my number is not Sam, not with 12, both not. I want to print my number is 1000. One, you can create a variable. No, sir, I don't want to create. Why to waste the variable? So directly write the 1000. 1000 will be placed directly like this. Value or variable, choice is yours. You can fill with the value, you can fill with the variable name. Right? So this is one option. Similarly, here also, see, in the instead of variable, if I write 1000, what happens? Text, numeric, text, variable. Combination, anything can be there, right? Any combination can be there, right? My name is 1000, my number is 1000 and my name is Sam. This one and this one, both are same. Whichever you feel easy, that one you can select, right? Now, my number is X. In the curly braces, I have written X. And my number name is Y. Dot format, X is equal to num. X is equal to num is X value will be stored with 12. X is equal to 12 and this 12 will be placed here. And my name is Sam. Y is equal to Sam and Sam will be stored here. So it is going to print this one. So here if I use the num, and here also I'm going to use num. This one, this one, this one. Now you tell me what is the difference in these three? Output is same, right? So choice is yours. If this is your requirement, you can write this code, this code, this code. Anything, any one. No need to write three of them. Any one. Sir, now here the advantage is you are going to save into the variable. So that variable you can print multiple times. You don't need to write every time the value. If it is, for example, a is equal to 1 only means no need to assign the variable also. 1 is a simple value. When you are having the big value that we can't type every time, that we are going to store into a shortcut as a variable. Okay, for reuse purpose. Easy way of reusing. Right? Now, which one do you use often? I'm going to choose this one. For me, it is very easy. I feel it is easy. I'm choosing this one. It is not mandatory that every trainer has to use the same. For my perspective, this is easy from my perspective. So I'm using the easiest one. Right? Now you are feeling this is the easiest one. Go with this. Choice is yours. So for example, here my name is also X. Now what is the output? My number is 12. Because X value is num 12. And my name is again X. In the X, what is that? 12. So 12. So my number is 12 and my name is also 12. You don't need to assign the Y also. Because Y also not required. Nah? Just you required only num. X value. Because X only is required. No Y also required. Directly, otherwise you can assign to a variable called as X. X is equal to num. Directly you write X is equal to num. So the num value will be stored in the X. Directly you write the format of X. Simple. Automatically, wherever the value of X is there, X value will be replaced. So it is going to say that key error. Now the key. So because here that value, just observe this inside the values you have written. Now. So here, whenever you are writing inside some variable name, then you have to assign to a value something. Otherwise, you have to remove. If you don't want to assign this, you have to remove like this. Just you have to write X. Then it is going to consider like this. So where X is equal to 12 and okay, two values. Again, you have to give two values. That is X comma X. Just if I don't give this value, see what is the error I have got? Replacement index is having only one. You have given only one value, but you have to replace two values. For two values, you have given only one miss. It is going to show an error. So that error, see, clearly read this error. Just forget about the Python. Just read as an English statement and what you have understood, you tell me. Replacement of index 1 is out of range for the positional arguments. Positional means this is the argument and this is the position, two positions. And you have only given one argument. So how I have to fill? So in this case, you have to take x is equal to 12 like this. Now automatically wherever the x is there, 12 will be considered. So again, replacement of this one. So x, you have to fill the x. Clear, guys? Now wherever the x value is there, 12 will be considered as it is. Is that clear? So whichever you feel comfortable, whichever is easy for you, y is equal to name. Y is equal to name. So I'm going to take this value as y. Now these are the three different options which you are having. Whichever you want, you can select it. Clear? So these are the various print options which we are having in the Python. And for example, there is one more print option also, print with respect to f, and you can print directly within this. Whatever is there, you can print. This is also one of the option. But generally when compared to that, these are more easier. And that too, you no need to discuss this one also. Why I'm discussing, sir, this is easy now, then why are showing 2-3 different options? Why are confusing us, sir? We can show only one option now. I can show you one option, but what is the problem? Because tomorrow you are going to see some other material, some other textbooks or some other material or some other trainers videos, you'll listen. They'll explain in this way. Then what you in your mind, you'll get SRK sir has skipped off something. You'll not understand that I have explained in the easiest way. Na? You'll think that sir has skipped off something. So that is the reason I'm showing both the options. Right? So once if I show initially, because you don't know about me now, just we have started the batch initially, right? So later, once after 10 days or 20 days or 30 days, you'll understand about me. At that time, whatever the things I'm going to show you, automatically you'll understand, oh, sir has shown in the easiest way only. As per the student's perspective, he has explained very simple way. You'll understand later. But initially, what you'll think, tomorrow you are going to listen to another trainer, because we are having the pre-Python course also. You are going to listen. There the trainer will explain this one. Immediately in your mind, you will not get that sir has explained the easiest one, right? That is general student psychology. Right? So earlier I have faced the issues, I have rectified myself based on the feedbacks. So the students, if I don't explain this one, tomorrow they'll come and they'll say that, sir, yesterday I have seen something, sir, you have not explained this one, sir. They'll come with it like this. Now, next question is, I want to print the output. I want to print the output is Naveen's laptop is my requirement. Naveen's space laptop. This is as it is, I want to be printed. Now, if I print inside this, if I keep like this, and since it is inverted commas, I have to keep like this. Now, if I write like this, automatically it is going to throw an syntax error, because inverted commas you have used it like this, and one more inverted commas you have used it like this. Nah? So, for example, if this is a single inverted commas, then the output, if you write the double inverted commas, okay, that is not a problem. See, I want between them. For example, I want between them Naveen's laptop. Now I'm going to use this one with respect to double inverted commas. I'm going to open and double inverted commas close. Now it is going to understand this one as a text, because you have written in the double inverted commas. This is entirely considered as a text and it is getting printed. Just observe this one. Now I told you print SRK and output is SRK. Now print single inverted commas SRK. What is the output? SRK only. Then what is the difference you understand from this? Whether you are using single inverted comma or double inverted comma in the Python, there is no difference. Either you can choose this one or this one. There will be no difference. Simple example, very simple example. So from this, we can clearly conclude that whether you are using double inverted commas open and single inverted comma open, also the same answer we are going to get. But whatever you have open, you have to close with the same. Otherwise, it is going to throw an error, syntax error. That is the rule is you have to open, whatever you have open, you have to close with the same. So now I have opened with the double inverted commas and I have got the Naveen's laptop. Now, for example, instead of this, if I am using single inverted comma, now what happens? Now, the Python is understanding this inverted commas were open here and it has been closed here. And this is complete error. It is going to throw an error like this. See, it is an invalid syntax. It is not understanding this is apostrophe s, this is used for printer. This inverted comma is for printing purpose. This inverted comma is for apostrophe s, actually. But it is not understanding in that way. It is understanding inverted comma opened here, inverted comma has closed here. So it is, so that at the time, see, now you are having inverted commas, you have to use like this. Then only it is going to print. Sir, now one more question. This is the interview question. Navin's laptop. The laptop also should be printed like this. This is the output. My output is this one. Now, we are going to use the single inverted commas and we are going to use the print. Now, but the single inverted comma opened here and closed here, it is going to throw an error. If I use double inverted comma, again, double inverted comma who opened here, closed here. Again, it is going to throw an error. Now, what I have to do? So for that, we have to use backslash. So whenever you are using the backslash, this entire thing will be considered as an apostrophe s. So now this is going to print like this. With respect to, just a minute, Navin's laptop, backslash s. Single inverted comma, and you have to use backslash. Yes. Why it is showing invalid syntax? Sorry. It has to take as a single word only, not comma. It is not two separate texts. It is a single word only. Otherwise, as per you, whatever you have told, let me consider in that way. Like this one has one and this one has one, but I will get only Navin laptop. For example, I want with respect to Navin's laptop. Navin's laptop. This is I'm going to consider as a double inverted comma. Navin's. For laptop, I'm going to use single inverted commas. And inside this, I'm going to use double inverted comma. Right? Now, this is considered as a one text, and this is considered as one of the value, and this is considered as one of the value. Is that clear? Two values. This is separate value and this is separate value. Right? In this particular value, double inverted commas I have used because inside the single inverted comma is there. In this value, I have used single inverted comma because inside the double inverted commas are there. So that is the purpose. Is that clear? So in this way, we can print in the Python. That is single value or multiple values or single variable and multiple variables, all of them. Any questions with respect to the print? So for example, you have used here also double quote. Yes, single quote inside means output also single quote you'll get. But in the output, I want double quote. Yes, you can, if you want like this also, you can take. As per your requirement. Is that clear, guys? Yeah, Navin's laptop. You can use with respect to Navin's laptop in that way. Right? So, but the problem is I required Navin's, this one, laptop, double quote of laptop. This is my requirement, not with respect to Navin's laptop. This is not my requirement, or this is not my requirement. This is my requirement. You are saying the first option I have shown you is this one. For this requirement, Navin's laptop, that is double inverted single inverted commas. This is a different question, and this is a different question. Navin's laptop. You are having four different questions. Sorry, three different questions. For this, if you want to print this one, miss your requirement, and you have to write the code in a different way. That is, which is nothing but this one. where just Naveen's laptop, you have to use in the double inverted commas, directly you are going to get. If this is your requirement means you have to write the code like this. And this is your requirement means you have to write print of here single inverted commas I require now. So I want to write double inverted commas open and close within that Naveen's apostrophe S. This will be printed as this, the single variable. Naveen's will be printed as this. Similarly, second variable. What is the second variable I want? Laptop with double inverted commas. This is the second one which I want. For that, I'm going to use single inverted commas open and close. So this is the third one. So first one, second one, and third one. Is that clear? If you want to print in the output inverted double inverted comma means you have to use the single inverted. If you want in the output single inverted means you have to use the double inverted opposite, so that it is going to understand this is used for the print and this is used for text as a text. So this part, this double inverted commas, both of them are used for print syntax. This single inverted commas, whatever the single inverted commas are there, these are used for the text purpose, printing the text. Is that clear, guys? So in this way, we are going to have the print option in the Python. Finally, the print option is print and write whatever you want. Multiple means commas. Single means single. Is that clear? Print. Next, we are going to move on to the next one called as data types. One of the most important one. Right? Data types. Let us get into this. Data types. Now, so as I have told you earlier, so different objects are there. For example, we are having this much of big classroom is there, this much of small classroom is there. Now, this classroom is going to be used when this many number of students are there. For example, 300 students are there. According to that, we have to select. If 20 students are there, 20 students classroom has to be selected. As per the requirements, we have to select the classroom. Similarly, based on the value, whatever the value you are going to use, based on that, we have to select the object. So each object is designed in such a way to store the values. So for example, you required in the Python, the object, whatever the object we are going to create now, this object is called as a, with respect to the object, the type of the object, which type of object, yesterday I have told you, that is a type of the building. Object is nothing but called as building. There are different types of buildings are there. Commercial building is there. So for example, if you want to stay and if you want to sleep, are you going to build the commercial building? No, right? If you want to start some kind of shop, are you going to do in the house? Both the cases, as per your requirements, you are going to build that one. So we are having different types of buildings. So different types of buildings are there, right? Same way here also, the building is nothing but object. Object is nothing but data type. What are the data type? We are having different data types we are having, right? What are the different data types are there in the Python means? We are having basically two different data types, which are called as fundamental data types and advanced data types. Advanced data types are also called as data structures and fundamental data types. So now what is the difference between these two? What is the basic difference between a fundamental and advanced data type? In the fundamental data type, it is getting stored only the one value. In the object, only one value can be there. Only one value. Whether that value is with respect to 10 means 10, whether it is 500 means 500, there is no limit. The size of the value is okay, but only one value. It can store only one value. Fundamental data types are objects which can store only a single value. Objects which can store single value. Single value. Advanced data types are nothing but objects which can store multiple values. Which can store multiple values. Advanced data types are nothing but which can store the multiple values. For example, in the data type, you want to store 40 and 100, both of them. In the fundamental object, you can't store because that object was not created in that way. That object is having the space of limited of only one value can be accommodated in that. Means simply to say, in this classroom, there is only one chair is there. One chair is there means only one student can be accommodated. If you want one more value also to be stored in that room means you have to add one more chair in that. Otherwise, you can't store. So these particular objects, the fundamental objects are created in such a way that they can store only a single value. They can't store the multiple values. For example, A is equal to 40 means okay, it is going to create an object 40 with A. If you write A is equal to 40 comma 20 means it can't store. It can't create. So for that, we require the advanced data types, right? So fundamental data types which can store a single value, advanced data types which can store the multiple values. That is the reason advanced data types are also called as containers, because they are containing multiple things. Okay, these are also called as containers. Okay, so we'll see one by one. All the data types we'll see one by one with examples. Okay, now the data types is going to take another 2 days. Today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. 3 days it is today is almost half an hour only. So we are going to cover the first 3 or 4, whatever it is, and remaining everything we are going to see one by one. Right? It is not going to be completed in one session or in just a half an hour. Slowly we have to come, and we'll see with respect to what is the list, what is meant by data structure, why it is called as a data structure. Container means we can understand English language. So in our house also we are having the containers. Containers nothing but vessels. So in our house also we are having some kind of tiffin box or something like this, where we can store something in that. Multiple things we can store, not only a single value, now multiple things we can store. So all these things are called as containers, where you can store the multiple values. Now, fundamental data types where we can store a single value at a time. Now let us start this one. First, but you no need to assign the data type at the starting. Automatically it will only consider A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. What is this? A is equal to 10 means it is going to create an object 10 with A. Print A. Print A means you are printing a single variable. What is the output of this? If you execute the code, you are going to get output as 10. Now, to check the data type, to check whether what type data type it is, for that we are called as type function. Inside that type function, you can write either the numerical value, the value, directly you can write the value, or you can write the variable name, but a single variable, single value or single variable, only single, not multiple. Okay. So either you can write the value or a variable name. Directly you can write, these are the 2 options which you are having. If you write type of 10, directly you can write type of 10, or you can save this one, A is equal to 10 and type of A. Anything is same. Obviously this A has to be replaced with 10 only. Na? In the backend, it is going to take this one only. Okay. So whenever you are asking the type of A, it is going to give us output as int, because the numerical value, a numerical value without any decimal is considered as a int data type. It is a int data type, a numerical value without any decimal. Sir, for example, 10.0 is there. Now, though 10.0, the value is equal to 10. I'm not checking the value wise. Type wise. Type wise means dot is there or not there? Yes or no? Only that one. Whether 10 is equal to 10.0, this is not my question. Whether data is point is there or not there? This is my question. For my question, I want the answer, not others' questions. This is a different question and this is a different question. Whether both of the value wise same is, I'm asking if you value wise both are same. Is values are same? The answer is different. Is whether the point is available, decimal point is available? The answer is different. Okay, different question. This is a different question entirely. So here, if you go with a decimal value, any numerical value with decimal is considered as a float. So here B is equal to 3.0, print B means 3.0. What is the type of B means? It is float. If you check with A is equal to 3, instead of B, you are writing A. A is equal to 3 and type of A. Now if you see, it is a int. Sir, now this is whether both of them are assigned to the same object or a different object. Now objects are created based on the, not based on the data type, not based on the variable name, nothing, based on the value only. So if you see the value, this one and this one, is both of them are same or different? Which is different. So here the 3 and 3.0 both are different. It is not going to be the same. Right? Means both the data types are not the same. This object was created like this. This object was created like this. Who knows? This is one type of building and this is one type of building. Right? Objects are not same. Now, if you want to convert that, if you want to convert from one data type to another data type, that is called as typecasting. Typecasting. Typecasting means converting from one data type to another data type is called as typecasting. From int to float you can convert, from float to int also you can convert. For example, B is equal to, 5.999. And you are asking print B. You are asking print B value. You are asking print B. So it is going to print the 5.999 like this. Now, if you ask with respect to int of B means it is going to keep the value of B here, that is 5.9999, and it is going to give the int value, that is this value only. After the decimal, it is going to be ignored. Whatever is there after the decimal, it is going to be ignored, and it is going to give only the output of 5. Sir, 5.99 means almost equal to close to 6 now. Close to 6. What is the meaning of close to 6? Round figure. There is one more function called as round. Round of B, if you take means the output is going to be the 6. I'm not using the round function. I'm using the int of B. So whichever the data type you want to use, that you have to use like this. If you want to convert float of means float of. Right? So here, see, A is equal to 10, type print A. Whatever the A is, type of A. If you ask what is the type of A is, it is a int type. Right? Now, 10.99, int of B. What is the output? Just 10. It is not going to make the round figure. Either directly, if you write the value also, it is going to give the same. The same. Now, you have to write in the notes. Whenever there is a multiple brackets, whenever you are having the multiple brackets in Python, the inner bracket will be completed first. Whatever is inside the inner bracket, that will be completed first, followed by outer. In Python, the inner brackets will be completed first. The inner parenthesis will be completed first, followed by outer. See here, total first you are having the B value. So first it is going to take inner value. This is the inner bracket. In the Python, first left side or right side will be executed. Which one will be executed first? In the STS class, I have told you, right? Which one? First right side part will be executed, followed by left side part, it is going to assign the value. First right side has to be completed. In Python, the right side part will be executed first. After that, it is going to assign to the value whatever you have given in the left side. If you have not given the assign the value miss, it will print directly. If you have assign miss, it is going to assign that value. So in Python, you can write in Python, these are all called as rules. Whatever the rules are there, these are all called as rules. In the rules is, in the Python, right side part will be executed first. Right side part will be executed first. Anytime A is equal to X also, first right side part will be executed, followed by A. First right side part will be taken. And for example, you have taken A is equal to 2 plus 3. First right side part will be executed, that is 5. That 5 will be stored in the A. Right? First right side part will be executed. So the right side part will be executed, followed by the left side. The right side part will be executed, followed by left. Right? So now here, let us see this one. The right side part. What is there in the right side part? Float of int of B. Now first it is going to take inner bracket. Which is the inner bracket? B is the inner bracket. 5.7. For 5.7, int of 5.7. What is the answer? 5. 5 float of 5 means the output is 5.0. It is going to create like this. What is the value of C miss? It is 5.0. Right? B is equal to 5.7 and this B value are going to store here. See, just nothing but. So whenever you have written float of, what happens in the backend? Let me explain. B like this. You have written like this. First, B will be taken. First step, float of int of 5.7. It is going to calculate up to here. B will be replaced with 5.7. After that, this will be completed. Again, it is going to get float of 5. And after that, now it is going to take 5.0. This is the steps it is going to execute. Once you have written like this, means in this way. And finally, once the entire right side part is executed, it is going to store in the left side part. If any variable is assigned, miss, it is going to store. If nothing is there, miss, nothing will be stored. For example, now tell me if it is int of B, what is the answer? Just 5. Just printing. I'm not storing that one. I'm not storing. Just printing only. It is printing only. Just it is printing. And now float of int of B. What is the answer? 5.0. That this is also printing only. It is not getting stored. Float. It is also not getting stored. Now if you ask this one in a C variable C, if you are assigning, now the entire right side part was executed and the value is 5.0 and this is going to be stored in the C. And if you print the C value, what is the print C miss? It is going to print the 5.0. Right? Now, the most important thing. So just before to this in the output, I have forgot to say one thing. That thing is that, for example, you are assigning A is equal to 10. You don't need to write the print of A also. You don't need to write the print of A. Just write A. It will be printed. No need to use the print command. When you don't need to use the print command, you know, when that is only possible in the Jupyter notebook. That too, that line should be in the last. The last line, you don't need to write the print. Only for the last line, you don't need to write the print. Example, A is equal to 10. One more. B is equal to 20. I'm printing A, I'm printing B. What is the output of this cell? So here 10 and 20 both will not be printed. First A is there 10. It is going to create an object 10. Okay, line is executed. B 20 with B. Okay, executed. This one will not be printed because this is not in the last line of the Jupyter notebook cell. In the Jupyter notebook cell, it is not in the last line, so it is not going to be printed. Since this is in the last cell, automatically print will be applicable for that and it is going to be give you the 20 answer like this. This is only possible in the Jupyter notebook, not in the PyCharm, not in any others. Like in the command prompt, if you are creating the same code in the notebook and if you are executing this, there it is not going to execute. You not even get the 20 also. Right? So this is possible only in the Jupyter notebook. For the last line, you don't need to write the print one. Automatically it will print. So in my case, if I write C is equal to this one, and if I am writing only C miss, why C is getting printed? Because this is in the last line. If it is not in the last line, if it is in the, for example, B also I am writing miss, only the last line will be printed. The B value, whatever the B value is there, that only value only will be printed. Is that clear, guys? That is possible only in the Jupyter notebook. For the last line, automatically it gets printed. Right? Now, this is the second one. So I have shown you the first data type called as int. Second data type is called as float. Now the third data type, which is called as Boolean. The Boolean is either true or false. Only two options. That too, caps lock TRUE only. Normal TRUE is a normal one. Caps lock TRUE is considered as the Boolean data type. Similarly, caps lock F, first letter caps lock F and remaining small letters only considered as this one. If you write like this, it is not general variable. It is a normal variable. If you write like this also, it is a general normal variable. Only this is case sensitive, right? So true or false. True or false only considered as the Boolean value. Remaining none of them is considered as the Boolean. Only two. That is true or false. Okay. So if I write the B1 is equal to true. Now, if I ask what is the type of B1 miss, it is going to say this one as bool. For example, if I write instead of this a small t like this. Now what happens? First, it is going to throw an error because true is not there any variable name. So this one has to be considered as a text miss. You have to use like this. Now, if you are using like this, it is going to say string. It is a text. It is not considered as a Boolean data type. So Boolean data type means only with respect to caps lock T, small letters RUE. This one only considered as the Boolean data type. If you remember in the last class variables, I have told you the variables in that some of the reservoirs are there. In that out of the reservoirs, one of the reservoirs is this one. In that reservoirs, the true and false. Because they are the Boolean data types now, that is the reason you can't use. Okay, this true and this false comes under Boolean data type. That is the reason you can't, these are reserved. For other purpose, they are reserved. And similarly, del. Del also I have completed yesterday, right? What is the meaning of del? It is going to delete the object. The entire object will be deleted, not the value. Object will be deleted. Deleting the value is different. Deleting the object is different. This is the, for example, object 10 with A. Object is deleted means erasing the entire things like this. Deleting the value means only 10 value only will be deleted. This is called as deleting the value. Deleting the object means entire things has to be deleted. So del is used to delete the variable, not the value. Okay. Now, next type of false. False means I told you, right? Directly you can write the value or you can assign to a variable. And directly you are asking this one. See? Right? Now, if you want to convert this one, if you want to convert means you can convert the true is considered as 1 and false is considered as 0. That's it. So int of true means it is considered as 1. Whenever you are converting that one to int, it is 1. Whenever you are converting this one, float 1.0. So bool of 1, true. So for example, bool of 225, true. Some value is there, na? Value is there means true. If no value is there, that is 0, which is not equal to this, false. Whether the value is positive value or negative value, minus 250, still it is true only. Value is there. Value is there means true. No value is there means false. This equal to 0 means considered as false. Right? So like this you can convert. So whenever you are converting the Boolean data type to int data type or float data type, then the true is considered as 1 and false is considered as 0. Whenever you are converting only. If you are not converting this, it is not going to be considered. The meaning of true is different and meaning of false is different. There is another purpose is that we'll see in the further classes. Right? Next data type is called as complex data type. Next data type is called as complex data type, where it is used to design the complex numbers. Generally, in our school days, we have we know that what is meant by complex. Complex means nothing but imaginary values. So a complex number is going to have some real value plus imaginary value, both the things, which is given by a plus bi or ib, whatever it is. In India, we are using this one as I. In America, it is a plus bj format for them. The imaginary format they are going to give by letter called as j. In India, we have prepared by using the letter called as I. In our school days or in our college days, we have used it with respect to the imaginary part as I. For example, square root of 4 means we are going to use plus or minus 2i. Right? The same thing. Just the square root of minus 1 is considered as I. Right? And the square root of 4 is 2 plus or minus 2i. Right? Now, see the same thing. Here also the same. Just in America, they are using with respect to j. Since the Python was invented by the person, according to their country, the standard notations they are using. As per the syntax is j. They are using the j. Right? So here, x is equal to 10 plus 20.5 j. Means where you are having the real value and imaginary value. If you don't have the imaginary value, it is considered as int. Since you have added the imaginary value, if for example, only you have added like this also, then it is not considered as a complex number. J has to be there. Whenever the word of j is there, automatically it is considered as a imaginary part. So whenever you have written like this, now type of x, it is called as a complex data type. It is considered as a complex data type because there is a imaginary part. Right? And if you want to extract only the real value, x dot real. X dot real gives you the real value. Remember always x dot real, though here it is a int also is there also, it will still give the output as float. Always it returns the float value. As per the Python syntax, whenever you are using x dot real, it has to give the output as float value. By default, it will give the float value. So for example, here 10.25 is there. Common 10.25 it is going to print directly. There is no problem in this. But if there is a real value is there also, it will print the the output is going to be the float value. Always it gives the output as a float value. Next, if you want to convert this one to int, means int of x dot real. First x dot real will be considered. X dot real is 10.0 and it is going to convert the int, that is which is 10. So it is going to give me output as 10. Right? Now similarly, imaginary value x dot image, imag. Then you are going to get the imaginary value. What is there in the imaginary value? 25 is there, 25.0. Right? Now, sir, can a complex number can be converted to int? No, it cannot be converted because this part only real value. This is an imaginary value. How imaginary? Anyone knows what is the value of -1? Square root of -1. Anyone knows in this class? Answer. If you don't know answer, how Python will know that answer? Python was created by a human only, na? Human has to feed that one, right? So it is going to throw an error. If it is not possible, it is going to throw an error called as type error. So clearly you can see, can't convert the complex number to int. I can't convert the complex number, entire complex number to int. I can convert only with respect to anything. Float can be converted to int. That is not a problem because float value 5.9 is there means I'm going to remove this one. And if it is a true, if a Boolean value has to be converted also, I can convert by taking 1. These both are okay, but I can't convert the complex numbers to int. It is going to throw an error like this, which is called as type error, data type error, right? Which cannot be converted. Sir, can I convert this one to a normal? Yes, this one is possible because the real part you have not given. Na? So the real part it is considering as 0. 0 plus 10j. 0 plus 10j. Right? For example, sir, I have given the 10, complex of 10. Is that possible? Yes, that is also possible because 10 is the real value. Imaginary part as 0. Just it is going to take like this. A real value can be converted to complex because just you have to add plus 0j, but there is no use of this one. Still, if you want, as per your requirement, if you want miss, you can convert like this. This is possible. So whichever is possible, that can be converted. Whichever is not possible, that cannot be converted. Right? So this is called as typecasting. Converting from one format to another data format is called as typecasting. Everything are having the equal importance. Int is having the separate importance, float is having separate importance, bool is having separate importance, and complex is having separate importance. Each of the data type is having their own importances. Right? Is that clear? And next part is with respect to strings. Strings is nothing but very simple text. Any text is a string, which we are going to write in the inverted commas. Anything is considered as a string. Anything, whether it is at the rate of accelerator mark, anything. Whatever you are writing, this is considered as a string. String is nothing but text, which is a combination of sequence of characters, that is letters, numbers, special characters, anything, combination. Single or combination, as per your choice, whatever you want. For example, single letter S is there, string. SI is there, string. SI at the rate of is there, string. Once you have written inside the inverted commas, means string only. If you have written inside that 25, string. It is not considered as int, string only, because inverted commas is there. Inverted comma is there, miss string, fix. Right? So this is with respect to called as strings. So I'm going to take A is equal to Siva, which is a text. Print A. What is there inside the A? Siva. So it is going to print the Siva. What is the type of A, miss? It is a string data type. Now see here, my string 1 is the variable name where I'm going to use single inverted commas hello. My string 2, I'm going to use the single double inverted commas hello. My string 3, triple inverted commas hello. And I'm printing the my string 1, my string 2, my string 3. See the output. Is there any difference? No difference, right? No difference means there is no difference whether you are going to consider single inverted comma or double inverted comma or triple inverted comma. There will be no difference. Anything you can consider as per your choice. If you are having only one line text, if you are having multi-line strings, for example, data science is there. It is not in the single line. It is in the second line. For example, you are going to write a comment. In the YouTube, you are going to write a comment. You have written the paragraph, some comment. You are not writing in a single line. You have written some kind of comment. I am going to extract that data. It is completely like this. Now I can't store it within the double inverted commas. I have to use triple inverted commas. So triple inverted commas. So now this one I'm going to store and name, if you ask, data /n. /n means next line science is there. First line data is there. Second line science is there. For example, you have used in normal with a normal like a double inverted commas. How you have created for a normal string, you have used it the same way. Assume it is going to throw an error. You can't go with a double inverted commas or single inverted commas also you can't use. For multi-line strings, it is mandatory you have to go with 3 inverted commas open, 3 inverted commas close. Whether it is double or single, that is your choice, but 3 should be there. Whenever the multi-line strings are there, 3 inverted commas is mandatory. Whenever a string is in one line, you can choose as per your choice. There is no difference between them. So generally for single line strings, we are going to use either with respect to either this one single or double only. Not triple will generally not use for the single. For single line comments, for single line strings, we are going to use single inverted or double inverted. For triples, for multi-line, we are going to use this way. Is that clear, guys? Any questions? Is there any questions? Sir, write I instead of J. So now, for example, A is equal to 10 plus 20i. If I write this one and if I execute the cell, it is going to throw an error. Since one of the student, forget about the student name, because tomorrow you are also going to ask the same way, similar type. Now you are going to ask me the question, sir, instead of j, why instead of j if you write I, what happens? Or instead of inverted comma, one inverted comma open, double inverted comma close, what happens? In your mind, these are the questions are there. If you ask the questions directly, if I execute in front of you, I will gain the knowledge. Instead of the same, you type that one. After the class, you have to practice. Na? In that practice, you do this one. You try if I consider a is equal to 10 plus 20i, what happens? If I consider a is equal to 10 plus 20j, what happens? If I consider a is equal to inverted commas 10 plus 20j, what happens? If I take a is equal to 1 inverted comma open plus 20j, double inverted commas close, what happens? In this case, what happens? It is going to store the variable, it is going to throw an error. You are going to get a syntax error. Now you'll understand, okay, as per the Python syntax, we have to use the j only. This is not following as per the Python rule. That you have to write in your notes. Second, you are going to execute this one. When you executed this one, this is going to be executed. Means you are following the Python rule. So first 10 plus 20j with the object is created. For that, a will be assigned. For this, in this case, it is a string. Inside the string, whatever is there, exactly it will be considered. Whether plus symbol is there, whether j is there, it is not going to consider as a complex number. It will consider as a text only. The text is considering the plus symbol and j is there. If you write double j also, it will consider. If you write triple j also, it will consider. Consider as a text only. Text is text. Now, if you are using the single inverted comma open and double inverted commas close, if you use means, again, it is going to throw an error, syntax error. Now, if you practice in this way, then the errors, you are going to rectify that errors, you will get the subject. If you ask me the question, I will type in front of you, but then I will get the knowledge. Right? But the same thing, if you write the same thing while practicing, you are practicing. After that, you will get the error and you are rectifying your error and you write the same thing in your notes, you will get the knowledge. The way of practice is more important. Listening to the class will not give any benefit. Practicing only will give the benefit. Not only that student, any student. So that I'm not going to consider the name. I don't want the name of the student. Okay. Right? Just you require the practice. After the class, you try with whatever the options you are having. So while typing, I am also getting the errors now. But by seeing the error, immediately I'm rectifying myself, right? While practicing, you have to get the errors. Remember, you have to get the errors. 100% you have to get the errors. If you're not getting the errors, miss, you're not practicing in the right way. You have to get the errors and these errors you have to solve without asking anyone. Then you'll get the subject. Right? So that is the reason I'm giving the PDF, not copy paste option. Otherwise, I can give directly IPNB file. Now. You can simply execute, right? Simply execute everything, right? Now see here, var1 is the variable name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Type of var1. What is the type? Int type. Now, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inverted commas. What is the type? String. That is the difference. This is considered as a string. This is considered as a int. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, j also is there. H is there. What happens? Error. Because if we are having with respect to numeric miss, directly numeric you can assign. If you are having text miss, you have to use inverted commas. Otherwise, it is going to throw an error. See? Immediately I will understand, okay, syntax error. Syntax error means it is not following Python rule. In the Python, what is the Python rule? If the number only, you can directly write the number. If any one special character or the text is there, miss, immediately you have to use the inverted commas. So that to the problem where it is showing. So unexpectedly I have printed H. So I'm going to remove and I'm going to rectify myself like this. By seeing the error, immediately I'm rectifying. Before rectifying, I'm writing in my notes because I'm a learner. So I may forget. There is a high probability that I will forget. So I want to revise in the future. So future I want to revise miss, just I will write everything in my notes. Just I will see once again in my notes. So that it is going to be easy for me. Right? Is that clear, guys? So every minute error also you write in your notes. Why that error and how you have rectified that error. Everything you write in your notes. See at the end how much subject you will gain. Right? Every minute error. If you are unexpectedly typed something FD, it has followed, or like this. Unexpectedly that right? You know that this is second line, but this line only you have got. Okay, immediately write in your notes, this is not the syntax error. Why it is not a syntax error? Where it is as per the variable name, rules of variable name only, starting with alphabet only, not a problem. And this is in the text also not a problem. Okay, here there is a problem, and that too it is showing in the Python, it is showing the problem where also, exact location also it is identifying. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, and again execute. Is that clear? So like this, you make the number of errors and rectify them. And whatever is there in your mind doubt, sir, if I open this double inverted comma, single inverted comma, if I close, what happens? What type of error I will get? Syntax error, that to EOL. EOL immediately inverted commas or brackets. Any one bracket you miss or any inverted commas, these things you are missing, immediately you'll get that one. So, okay. Immediately write in your notes that whenever I open with double inverted commas, I have to close with double inverted commas only. Write in your notes that point. Like this, learn the more subject. For learning in this way, it will take more time. You want an excellent career, you have to spend more time. Without spending the time and without practicing, just by listening, you'll not have an excellent career, right? So majorly, in the starting the demo sessions only, I have told you. Once again, I'm saying now also, if you are having the time for practice only, join the data science course. Just by listening itself, if you feel that you will be becoming as a data scientist, only that is possible in your dreams only, not in the real life. It is possible only in the dream. You can feel yourself as a Google CEO also. That is possible only in the dream, right? In real life, only after practicing. By listening, you can't become the Google CEO. You have to do so much of work for that, right? Now, where is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Float of where. Float of where means I want to convert to float. First, let us try to int. First, I'll try to convert to int. Int of where. Int of where means nothing but it is going to convert to int. It is possible because here just inverted commas only you have to remove. Just remove the inverted commas. Just it is going to take in this way. Int of where. You have written like this. Int of where. Where is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will check whether inside the text, inside the whatever the string, only numbers are there or any special characters are there. It will check like that. Only numbers are there, na? So automatically it will remove this one and it is going to print for me this one. Now in this case, A is equal to at the rate of 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. And now if you ask to convert this one, now see int of at the rate of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 I can convert directly. At the rate of what is the number I have to assign? Okay, if I'm assigning one number for that, exclamatory mark, one number, a hash, one mark. For every special character, if I assign 111, small a, small z, caps lock a, like this, how many I have to assign? So it is not going to do that one. Just it is going to show an error, value error. I can't convert at the rate of any special characters or any text data is there. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 is there also. I can't convert. Int of a, it is not possible. Right? One special character is there also. It can't be converted to int. Everything pure numeric only is there only. It can be converted to int. Okay. For example, in 25 is there. Okay. Now tell me whether int of 25 can be possible. Because only numerics are there. It can be converted, right? This is the one of the question in the Microsoft exam. Miss directly they are not asked that can we now interview also they'll ask. Oh, sorry. In the interview also they'll ask this question. In the interview they'll ask the question: can a string can be converted to int? To int. Answer is yes or no. Miss most of the people will say answer as no. But answer is not exactly no. Both. It can convert. It cannot be converted. Both. Now you have to answer. Sir, if the string consists of, only numeric, it is possible. Otherwise, not possible. Yes, not. Otherwise, not possible. Simple. Answer is simple. We have to say like this. Don't say directly answer as no. Okay. So, If you want to convert any string to int miss, if the string consists of only numeric miss, it can be converted. Otherwise, it can't be converted. If any one special character is there also, it can't be converted. Each and every character should be numeric format only. Is that clear, guys? So in this way, it is getting converted. Similarly, you can convert the float also. You can take to the float. You are going to get 0.0. Right? Is that possible? Now, next, sir, I'm having a is equal to 10. Can I convert this one to string? Can you convert this one to string? str of a, just 10 you have to take, and str means inverted commas. String is nothing but adding the inverted commas only. str of a is like this. You are going to get like this. Okay, 10.0. If I take 10.0, string of this one, inverted commas, just add the inverted commas for that. Is that clear, guys? So this is with respect to the string.